Hold on to your sleep, because this creepy Reddit video posted by Squeaky Frogtoes is guaranteed to keep you up all night. Apparently, the poster noticed some seriously weird stuff happening in their house, so they hid a camera to record everything. Most of it was boring, but they did catch something seriously spooky. The video shows a woman just chilling in the kitchen, opening a box of cereal when out of nowhere, a creepy young one's voice says hi.
Oh, Jesus! Oh, Jesus! Oh, Jesus! Jackie?
The woman freaks, obviously, and searches the whole house but can't find anything. The craziest part? Her security system didn't pick up anything except her grabbing cereal, and her dogs, who usually love a late night snack, wouldn't even go in the kitchen with her. Spooky, right? Maybe the dog sensed something the camera couldn't catch. Who knows? In June 2023, a highway patrol officer pulled someone over for tailgating, but little did he know he was about to make a major bust.
Okay, well, the reason I got him stopped is because he's following too close. I'm not going to issue him a citation. It's just going to be a warning, okay? All right?
The cop was chill at first, just chatting with the driver about her trip. Everything seemed normal. Her record was clean. But things got interesting when he asked about the two guys in the car with her.
Okay, gotcha. All right, I'm not going to issue a citation or anything like that, all right? I'm just going to run your information, make sure there's no wants and warrants, make sure you guys are valid.
She had no idea who they were. The officer went to check their passports, and when he came back, Border Patrol was with him.
Any weapons on you or anything? Pistoles?
No,
Okay, can I pat you down real quick? I'm going to check your waistband.
Turns out they just stumbled onto a big fish, Adenilson Velasquez Larin, a famous MS-13 gang leader. This dude was wanted for murder, drug dealing, and money laundering. Talk about a routine stop gone wild. Videos are all over social media showing criminals setting up fake checkpoints on Libramiento Sur Dos to rob drivers. This trucker was just cruising along when he saw what looked like a checkpoint up ahead. Turns out it was a bunch of armed dudes blocking the road. They stopped him and the trucker slammed on the brakes. You can see him talking to one of the guys, then opens his door and hands over his wallet. Looks like they were robbing him.
Celular no traigo, el celular, ¿qué traes en aquella caja, a ver?
Acá.
Sí, sobre.
Son medicinas, carnal.
These thugs even patted him down, making sure he wasn't hiding anything. Luckily, once they figured he was clean, they let him go.
Sobre. ¿No traes aquí?
No, pues es lo que me quitas.
Entre personas, grupo Reynosa, la verga.
Gotta give it to the trucker. He stayed calm the whole time, even facing those armed dudes. Good thing he wasn't hurt. But guess what? As our trucker drives off, another truck pulls up from the other side. These robbers aren't picky. They flag down the next victim too. Let's hope that driver stays calm and cooperates just like our first guy. Crazy stuff. Tampa cops got called out to an apartment on Tuesday, June 25th, to arrest 27-year-old Quene Leija Toussaint on some serious charges: aggravated assault with a weapon and firing a weapon in public or around houses. But instead of phasing the music, this woman tries to make a break for it. She locks herself in a room and attempts a dramatic escape by climbing out the second-story window.
Stop right now. You're about to get hit by something a lot bigger than those. Get up in there, Tina. Get up in there.
on, climb back up. Come on, hold on. Watch your head.
Luckily, the deputies were one step ahead of her. They grabbed her arms from inside the room and yanked her right back in. No escape. Guess that plan went out the window, literally. Body cam footage released by the Akron Police Department shows the chilling aftermath of a triple homicide.
Oh my God. Horrible.
It all went down in a quiet Akron neighborhood on March 10th. Officers were called to a wooded area after reports of suspicious objects. What they found was nightmare fuel, multiple bodies bound and gagged.
He was shot in the face or head. Or his throat was slit. Some sort of injury in this area. I don't see injury on him though.
A medical examiner later confirmed all 3 victims were shot in the head. The body cam footage captures the raw emotions of nearby residents. One neighbor initially thought the bodies were mannequins.
So I've got a woman here. She drove by the 750 this morning and saw the bodies there, but she didn't call the police. She thought they were like mannequins.
Dump back here.
Yeah, I know.
You never know. It's horrible.
I'll step out here and talk to you.
The reality quickly sunk in. You can see the woman getting visibly upset, calling the whole situation just plain gross.
So you didn't do anything wrong.
Oh, I know. It's
So
just upsetting.
he'll come down here and talk to you a couple minutes. And
It's
you can get out of
gross. It's just gross.
You can even see tears welling up in her eyes as she tries to process the horror.
here. I'm sorry you had to see that.
I just, and then when I came back up to go to Aldi's just now, I'm like, that must have been real, and maybe a timeline would help at all. I don't know, but
Yeah.
because I'm not one to not getting, turn my head because too many people
Yeah.
do that nowadays.
Well, you're not even. What's the chances that that's what that would be?
Right. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Other neighbors interviewed by officers revealed some unsettling facts. One man mentioned hearing shots in the area before.
Honest to God, there's so much traffic back through here, and my wife has heard gunshots back through here.
He even said residents had petitioned the city council to block off the road to deter crime.
Any cars that drove by me and maybe stopped?
Can I be honest with you?
Please do.
There is so much up and down back here. We have contacted the council people because honestly, there's 3 houses on this street. And we want this to be a dead-end street, all 3 homeowners. The council people says we can't do it.
Another neighbor echoed the shots claim, sadly adding he wasn't surprised to find bodies near his home.
It's secluded? Yeah, it is secluded. It's right off the expressway. And
yeah, you always hear, there's always somebody shooting a gun off on it.
I always hear people shooting, yeah.
Yeah.
I've lived here all my life.
Oh my.
Yeah, probably nothing like that.
79 years, but
Wow.
I always thought that over the years, especially the last 30 years, that something like that was going to happen.
The investigation led to the arrest of 58-year-old Elias Godino. He's facing charges of aggravated murder and attempted aggravated murder, with more charges potentially coming. Investigators believe Godino kidnapped the victims before taking their lives, and they are looking into the possibility of additional suspects. This is a complex case that's still unfolding, but one thing's clear: this quiet neighborhood has been rocked by a terrible crime. Back in 2016, a woman was driving down a packed road when things went south. Her car flipped over, flames erupting everywhere. Luckily, Rosemary and Fred Villa were right there. They were celebrating their 20th anniversary, but that went on hold real quick. Fred, bless his 66-year-old heart, jumped out and cut the woman free from her seatbelt. Everyone around started pitching in too. One person checked her pulse to make sure she was okay. Another grabbed a fire extinguisher to fight the flames. And someone even brought towels. It was a whole team effort. In the end, the woman got out of the car without any serious injuries. Talk about a close call, but also a perfect example of people coming together in a crisis. This traffic stop goes from routine to ridiculous real fast. On September 11th, cops pulled over a car for a bad lane change. The driver, Tabayan, turns out to be wasted and immediately makes things difficult.
Ask who attacked him back there.
you doing, ma'am?
Hi, here's my hand.
I see your hand.
I'm not gonna be a bad person.
That's good.
I tell the truth. I'm an honest and regular human being who tells the truth, and I don't want to get in trouble. I just want to go home. Wait, I didn't even drink out here. I didn't even drink out here. I just came to pick up my friend. I just want to go home. I just want to go home.
I didn't stop you, ma'am. I don't know why they stopped
No,
you.
you didn't stop me, but I just want to go home, okay? Huh?
What's going on?
I don't know. I think they feel like I do. I don't want. Can I go? You? Can I go? Yeah, nobody's telling me. I'm here to pick up somebody, bro. I'm not even.
Where are you coming from?
Everywhere. What the fuck? I'm here to pick someone up.
She keeps saying she's just there to pick someone up. The officers try to question her, but Tobian's not having it. Instead, she decides to bust out some random dance moves for absolutely no reason.
And my booty look good.
Do you have any medical issues?
No.
No?
What? I look crazy?
Well, I mean, you're kind of acting a little
Oh, I'm sorry.
erratic.
I was only doing that because we're Ivor. Come on. All right, I'll be good. I'll be good.
Are you diagnosed with anything?
No, I've never been diagnosed with anything.
Okay.
There's nothing on my record.
Okay.
Period. I do that consciously because I understand.
It's so bizarre, one officer even asks if she has a mental condition.
Do you take any kind of medication?
No, not at all.
Okay. Do you have any kind
I have
of
no types of medical anything at all.
Okay.
Do not put that on me, sir.
What am I putting on? Field sobriety to make sure that you're
I
okay to
don't
be
know if
driving?
I have it on me.
You don't know if you have any eyes on you?
I have 2 of them.
Yeah, can I check them as part of field sobriety?
Oh yes, please.
Can you step outside so I can
No!
Tobian refuses to do any field sobriety tests, so the cops arrest her. Big surprise, right? Well, guess what? Even in the back of the cop car, Tobian keeps yelling at the officer. This whole thing just keeps escalating.
I was not driving! I was not!
I'm Officer Baden of the Tampa Police Department.
Who you are?
I'm now requesting that you submit to a lawful test of your breath
I
for the
hate
purpose
you.
of determining its alcohol content.
I hate you.
If
so
you fail to submit to the
I
test
didn't
I
do
request of
nothing
you,
to you.
you're privileged to operate a motor vehicle.
They take her down to the station, book her, and Tobian gets hit with 3 charges: resisting arrest without violence, battery, and of course, DUI. And guess what? Guilty on all 3. Sounds like Tobian needs to learn a lesson about following the law and maybe laying off the drinks before hitting the road. This live streamer was just walking around town chilling and chatting with his viewers when things got creepy. A random woman walks up and starts asking him weird questions about the area. At first, it seems harmless, but the streamer keeps saying he doesn't understand what she's on about. Then it gets intense. The woman starts yelling gang stuff, specifically MS-13 slogans.
Good called.
Is that a camera?
Yeah, it's a camera.
What are you doing there with that camera?
I'm live streaming.
What does that mean?
I'm streaming to the internet.
Oh.
Have you heard that before? Do you know live streaming?
Like Koreatown kind of stuff?
Yeah, right, exactly. Koreatown kind of
do you know what's
stuff.
in Koreatown?
What was that?
Do you know what's in Koreatown?
Do I know which in Koreatown?
No. Koreatown that became Latino town. Do you know what is in Koreatown now? Or who has always been here and always stay here? Not even South and North Korea can join?
No, I'm not sure what the answer is.
MS God! MS-13, baby!
She thinks he's some Korean dude trying to take over her turf, even though he has no idea what she's talking about.
Okay.
This is my territory. It's your Korean ass, pali ass.
Oh shit. Okay, I'm not Korean.
Live streaming can be wild, but this encounter is next level crazy. Back in 2016, some deputies in Florida were heroes. They came across a nasty car crash where a woman was stuck inside her car, flames licking at everything.
Which car are they in here?
One deputy, quick on his feet, smashed the passenger window with his baton and yanked open the door. But things weren't so easy. The woman was all tangled up in her seatbelt, steering wheel, and airbag.
Can you hear me? Can you call this way? Get over and see that. I can't get her on the seatbelt. I've been trying to pull on her. I can't get her out.
The fire wasn't helping either, but that didn't stop the other deputy. He grabbed a fire extinguisher and blasted the flames while his partner wrestled with the seatbelt.
Ma'am, stay with me. Hey, stay with me. Stay with me.
These deputies weren't giving up, and eventually they managed to free the woman from the wreckage. No word on if they got any fire extinguisher burns, but they definitely deserve a high five for bravery. This family trip to the national park was supposed to be a blast, and things were definitely off to a cute start. A giant bear lumbered up to their rental car and plopped down for a cuddle. Too adorable, right? I mean, the giant floof looked like a giant teddy bear. Well, the fun meter went from awesome to oh no real quick.
No, he's gonna break.
Whoa! That's not good.
Oh.
Mr. Snuggles decided to get a closer look, and with one mighty swipe, the car side mirror went flying. And let's just say that hilarious bear encounter turned into a scary reminder. Wild animals are wild. This family's gonna have a story to tell, but next time, they might keep their distance from the furry tourists. This story is some prime nightmare fuel. It all went down in October 2014 and the whole thing's caught on video. We see a car cruising down a dark road late at night. Everything seems normal until they spot a car stopped in the middle of the road with its hazards flashing. The driver swerves to avoid it, but their chill vibes are about to get shattered. Not even a minute later, they gotta slam on the brakes again. There's a dude in the middle of the road pushing a baby stroller. This guy just keeps walking right down the middle of the road and right towards the car. The driver starts laughing, which, let's be honest, is not most people's go-to reaction in this situation. But hey, maybe that's how they deal with their fear. Anyway, the car starts backing up slowly, and the man just keeps on coming. Then he breaks into a run, chasing after the car. The driver slams the car in reverse and speeds up, finally managing to lose this creepy dude. Now the real question is, why? Why was this guy pushing a stroller down a dark road in the middle of the night? Was there even a baby in there? The comment section of this video is blowing up with theories. One person, Savannah Rose, is worried sick, thinking, what if there was a young one in there? Another commenter, John Garza, has a whole different take. They're trying to rob you. I've seen this in Corpus Christi, Texas. Whatever this guy's motive was, one thing's for sure, he needs a new plan. So it all went down on a Tuesday afternoon, October 19th, 2021, around 2:30. Albuquerque cops got called to this apartment complex called 4 Hell Studios because someone reported 2 young ones left all by themselves. Turns out it was a 7-year-old girl and a barely 9-month-old boy, with her mom nowhere in sight. The mom, 27-year-old Samantha Sanchez, had a bad habit of leaving her young ones alone for like 20 or 30 minutes at a time, which isn't exactly cool.
Hello,
Hi.
police department.
Hi.
What's going on, guys? Is everything okay over here? We got called out here to check up on you guys. It's okay. Nobody's in trouble. Yeah, nobody's in trouble at all. We're just gonna talk to your mom when she comes back home, that's all.
It's okay. So we got a call. We've gotten a couple calls prior to this that they've been having one, but we couldn't get in or check it or anything.
How long have you guys been getting calls about this? Like how?
I've been here for a couple weeks and it's been since day one.
Where's your mama?
Where did she go, baby? She didn't tell me. She didn't tell me.
Do you have a phone number for her so we can give her a call? Police department, is this Samantha Sanchez? Well, I'm trying to get a hold of you because I'm at your apartment with your unattended children and I was wondering where you were at. Okay. How long are you planning on being gone?
The police showed up and waited, and about 15 minutes later, Samantha waltzed in. Let's just say she wasn't happy to see the cops or know someone called them.
What's that? What do you mean, what do I want?
Yeah, why are you here?
Because you left your children unattended.
They're fine.
Yeah, but they're a little young.
And so my daughter knows the drill. She knows to stay home. And you can mind your business. And yeah.
I could mind my business if there wasn't a violation of.
There's not a violation of a law. You just need to mind your business.
No, a 7-year-old.
So who the fuck told? You know what we're doing? Get away from my house.
Okay, there's an officer inside your apartment.
Is there?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you call the cops on me?
Frank 523, we're walking up to the door.
What the fuck is this box call for? Excuse me, you can like take your tone down.
Okay.
You're in my
So
house.
you don't need to yell at
You're
your
in my
kids
house.
because you left them here. Do you understand that?
They're taken care of. They know better.
They know better than
Yes, they know. They always stay home.
Can you and I talk outside, please?
No, you can mind your business.
Okay.
I
At
have
this
the right
point,
to refuse.
This is a child abuse
I have
investigation. Okay?
no,
Do
it's
you
not an
understand that?
abuse investigation. They're not even been abused.
Yes, it
No,
is
they're
an abuse.
not.
This is a
They're
neglect
not. They're not
investigation.
abused. They're not abused.
First of all, there's a few things we need to work out before you decide which of your neighbors ratted on you.
Yes,
okay?
who snitched on me? I want to know who it was first. And then second of all...
So you don't see a problem with leaving your children
No,
in this
because they've
apartment?
been here all the time. They do this all the time. And
That's
they're
interesting to
taken
know.
care of.
So you're upsetting her and making her cry by just walking down.
No, you can close my door and get out of my house. That's what you
It's
can.
a criminal investigation.
No, it's not. It's not. Nothing's been criminally done.
Actually, this is a
No,
crime.
it's not. Okay, well, I'm gonna leave, sir. So you can like.
So are you requesting that CYFD takes your children? Is that what you're requesting?
And if CYFD takes my fucking children, I will be suing.
The officers tried to be nice and talk things out, but Samantha got real huffy and wouldn't cooperate. Things escalated, and when she got aggressive, they arrested her for child abuse.
So let's talk.
Go ahead and put your hands
No,
behind your back.
I want to talk.
Put your hands behind your back.
Samantha wasn't having it though, and she started fighting back, kicking, pinching, the whole shebang.
Hurry, go to my car and tell Thurman to come get in the van, the baby. Hurry. Hurry, my car.
I need another cuff.
This is ridiculous.
You're ridiculous. Why don't you mind your business?
Stop pulling away from us. Stop fighting with
Get
us.
off of me now.
Backup arrived and they had to restrain her completely before taking her to jail. At the station, they booked her for a bunch of charges, attacking the officers, leaving her young ones alone, and not having a driver's license. In the end, she took a deal to avoid some of the charges. She pleaded guilty to trying to attack the officers and abandoning her young ones, but they dropped the other stuff. This wasn't Samantha's finest moment, but things got even worse about 6 months later. Apparently, she accidentally shot her little boy's toes off during a fight with her boyfriend. Yikes. That landed her with child abuse charges again, and this time she pleaded guilty. The prosecutors wanted to keep her locked up until trial, but the judge let her go on probation instead. Even though she would have faced up to 9 years behind bars, she ended up getting a 1-year jail sentence that got suspended, plus 5 years of probation. On March 1st, 2023, a cop is on patrol when they spot a car with way outdated plates and a license that's been suspended. On top of that, the windows are tinted super dark. Not a great look. The officer pulls the car over, walks up to the driver, and things immediately go south.
Get back in the car. Get back in the car. At the nursing building, she's taking off. UI 52878. Stop. Stop. You're gonna get more charges. She's running across the bridge. Stop. Get on the ground. Get on the ground.
What am I under arrest for?
Get on the
What am
ground.
I under arrest
Stop.
for?
Get on the ground.
Okay, what am I under arrest for? What the on?
Get on the ground.
Get the on, bro. Get the on. Get the on.
You're gonna get tased. Get on the ground.
I didn't do. I didn't do.
You're gonna get tased.
I didn't do.
Get on the ground. You're gonna get tased.
Cookie. Cookie.
The driver, who happens to be a woman, is being difficult and not cooperating at all. It gets even worse when more officers show up, and it seems like they might be thinking about searching the car. That really sets her off.
Your plates are expired.
Okay, I understand. I need somebody to come get me out of jail.
Just have a seat.
Oh my God.
You can make calls when we get down there.
Oh, but I'm saying I could call them right now so they can already be ready.
That was an option before this all happened.
He didn't tell me what he was with me for.
You ran. I told you once we were on the ground. Sit.
What did you pull me over for?
Sit. Your plates are expired.
He wasn't even behind me. He didn't know
right
that.
now.
Yeah, he didn't know that until I
They're
pulled
a different
in.
color.
He didn't know that until I pulled in. What
You
I'm
were on the
saying.
road,
He wasn't close enough, sir. I know my place was expired, so I knew that.
Okay. So you admit you did something wrong. Your license is
Okay,
suspended.
okay. So how much the bond?
Is the car yours?
Yeah, the car mine, of course.
So
What the hell?
I just gotta know what your name is. What's your name? Swing your feet in for me, please.
What's gonna happen to my car?
It's gonna get towed.
Why?
Because you're driving with the expired plates, and if you're the registered owner, you have a suspended license, and it's gonna get towed.
How do I have suspended license?
I don't know. See, if we could have had a conversation 10 minutes ago, we could have figured all this stuff out.
Are they trying to break into my car?
Your keys not work?
Yes, the keys work. Why aren't y'all trying to break into my car?
I pushed it multiple times. I can't.
All this commotion ends with a woman getting hauled down to the jail for further processing. By the time she steps out of the cop car, she seems a lot less riled up. Makes you wonder what all the fuss was about in the first place.
Can you take a step back from please?
I need my phone to unlock my debit card to pay for myself to get out. No, I gotta just do it on my phone from my bank.
Oh, I got you.
Now.
I got you. Is it like pretty quick? Like
Yes.
quick turnaround? Okay.
Anyway, they slap her with charges for resisting arrest and a bunch of traffic violations. Not exactly a fun day for her. Chaos erupted at Klein Forest High School after fireworks went off in the cafeteria, including 4 students.
We was all eating lunch in the cafeteria, and someone threw a big firework.
Boom, like it was like boom. And we seen the color. Like what? And the smoke. What was the color? Like red, blue, it's like a firework.
Thankfully, everyone got out safely, but it was a scary situation. Security cameras caught a student lighting up the fireworks during lunch break, causing a major disruption. Talk about a bad idea.
This is one of those things where there was a group of students at the table, so we're reviewing the video to see what occurred. You know, if it was one who did it or who else knew or what was, and we'll work from there.
This earned that student a trip to the principal's office and probably worse. With expulsion a real possibility, the Harris County Fire Marshal is reminding everyone that fireworks are a big no-no at school, and there could be even more charges coming down the line.
Any device that is used, such as a firework, that is used to disrupt or to injure people, we will work with the district attorney's office to place charges on that.
The good news? All 4,000 students and staff made it out safely. The school will be closed for the rest of the day, but students can come back tomorrow during their 5th period to grab the stuff they left behind in the rush.
It was crazy because it just went off, and I guess everybody thought it was like a gunshot or something.
Let's hope everyone learned a valuable lesson about fireworks and appropriate school behavior. Big brawl in the city center today. Apparently, some Fujian gangsters decided to throw a temper tantrum in a crowded area. Cops showed up in a flash to shut down the party, and now there is a tense standoff between gangsters and the police. These gangsters are bad news. They're known for violence, dealing drugs, and all sorts of illegal activities that mess with people's lives. It's hard to tell what happens next from this video, but things are definitely not chill. Just some tips for staying safe. If you see graffiti gang tags, frequent police cars, or hear about a lot of violence in an area, that might be a sign of gang activity. Best to steer clear. This rock climber in Japan caught some crazy footage on his GoPro, a bear attack mid-climb. The video shows the climber rappelling down Mount Futago in Japan nice and chill when a bear lunges at him from above. You can hear the guy scream like he's seen a ghost. But this climber wasn't going down without a fight. He throws punches and kicks with everything he's got to fend off the beast. It's an intense back and forth for a while, but eventually the bear gets tired and backs off. Totally shaken, the climber slowly makes his way up the mountain, probably thanking his lucky stars he's alive.
Ey, Tor, fick dich einfach nur.
This really drives home how dangerous base jumping can be. Armin Schneider was a 28-year-old skydiving pro from Italy. Back in 2016, he live-streamed a wingsuit flight, telling viewers, "Today you fly with me," before jumping off a mountain in the Swiss Alps.
So, heute fliegt's mal mit. Aber ihr hört nur was. Ich stecke euch ein. Tata.
Not much is visible at first, but soon it's clear Schneider is in trouble. You hear him shout one last time before hitting the ground. After that, it's just the eerie sound of cowbells for several minutes. People watching the live stream were horrified, with some begging Schneider to say something, anything. Tragically, there was no response. They later found his body near Candlestick, a well-known base jumping spot. A friend mentioned that even though he was a seasoned skydiver, Schneider had only been using the wingsuit for a year. This is a released body cam footage from Brookside Police shows a dramatic scene. They're pulling a suspected kidnapper, Sean Sanders, out of a white van. Apparently, this guy held an Alabama woman hostage in a cage inside the van.
Got it. He's in the back. He's in the back. He's in the back. Get out the van. Get out. Get out the van. Get out the van. Drop a weapon. Go on the taser.
Thankfully, the cops were able to take him into custody. This must have been a terrifying situation for the woman, but good news, the bad guy's behind bars.
Put him down. Put him down. Give me your phone. Give me this one. Oh, yeah, you know me. It's really good.
You been smoking marijuana?
Yes.
Why do I smell marijuana?
I have marijuana, but I wasn't smoking marijuana.
Okay. You have a medical marijuana card?
No, sir.
You may know her as WWE superstar Liv Morgan, whose real name is Gianna DiDio. Got busted out in Florida back in December. A cop pulls her over for swerving all over the road. Body cam footage shows the officer asking her about her driving, but then catches a whiff of something skunky, weed to be exact.
Can you see at night?
Yes, sir, I can see.
Okay.
My lights are a little bit low.
Are you on your phone or something?
No.
Because I'm trying to head to a crash and I can't go past you because you're going back and forth.
I'm sorry. I mean, I'm not.
You don't hear those rivets? On the right side and the left side of the road, there's these things. You could probably hear right now when the cars go by.
Yes, sir.
You been smoking marijuana?
Yes.
Why do I smell marijuana?
I have marijuana, but I wasn't smoking marijuana.
Okay. You have a medical marijuana card?
No, sir.
You don't? Okay. Is there marijuana in the vehicle?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Where is it at?
It's in the back.
Okay. Sierra 54, son.
Liv cooperated with the officer her whole time. No drama, no yelling. They put her in the back of the cop car while they searched her Jeep. Sure enough, they found some marijuana.
She said that there's marijuana in the car and a fuzzy bag in the back, and she does not have a medical marijuana card.
Okay. It's this bag.
She said a fuzzy bag. Yep.
Yep. This is facial cream. Alright, I'm gonna take a picture of this.
Don't forget your photo card too. Count that money.
Yeah, that's a lot of cash.
Yeah, and then
The officer reads her rights, but that part of the recording is blurred out, so who knows what went down there. Liv calls a friend to let them know she's under arrest.
I'll write some numbers down for you, that way you can call them once you're at the jail, okay?
Yeah, no problem.
that sucks.
I know, I'm like...
Taylor, I'm being arrested. I need you to come pick up my car.
Okay, where are you?
I don't even know.
It's County Road 476 and 575. You'll see lights in her Jeep.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that? I cut it out.
They take her to jail and slapped her with charges for having weed and DUI. She gets released after putting up some cash, but in January, they drop one of the charges. In the end, she pays a fine and court fees for the weed possession. She would end up becoming women's world champion after the best women's wrestler of all time, Rhea Ripley, was forced to vacate her title. What Rhea does to Liv won't be YouTube friendly by any means. This is a police chase story straight out of a movie. Back in 2003, a cop spotted a suspicious Acura swerving all over the road. He tries to pull it over, but the driver decides to play keep away and takes off. A crazy car chase ensues, with the suspect swerving around everything, including clipping a cop who was just outside his car and nearly smashing into two squad cars head on. Talk about recklessness. Even though things were getting super dangerous, the police wouldn't let up. The driver, though, wasn't backing down either. He floored it, reaching speeds of over 100 miles per hour before weaving onto the interstate. This chase went on for ages, with the driver eventually ditching the road and barreling through a field. The final cherry on top, he even chucked a fence back onto the interstate before disappearing. Seeing as how they lost sight of the car, the police finally called it quits. So gotta hand it to that 2003 Acura driver. They sure know how to lead a police on a wild chase.
See, I'm not stepping out of nothing. I ain't even gonna lie to you because I didn't move. I'm not stupid, I know my laws, man.
So cops rolled up to a house on September 7th, 2023 to nab a guy with a bunch of warrants out for him. Dude took off running after they spotted him, and they chased him on foot for a bit. They figured he probably ducked back into the house, especially since his ankle monitor signal said he was still there.
Is anyone else in the house right now? Mind if we check inside? Because this dude has an ankle monitor, and they're saying he's pinging at this spot. I'm asking you because this dude is making threats basically to this female. And so a halfway house called us about him, so we're just trying to get the guy. I get you, but I explained it to you, right? Is that it came to 802. So that's why we're checking. I just happened to see you in your car. So just for safety, I just like to make sure he's not in there in case he's threatening you or anything. And if there's anything in there, I don't care. I just want to make sure he's not here so we can know that.
The woman who was at the house claimed she didn't know anything about the guy and wouldn't let the cops search the place. They tried to explain they were going to find him one way or another, but she wasn't budging.
By this chief.
He took off down. Yeah, he took off down this way.
Okay.
I got back there in a second. He's got to be inside
in my car. So.
He's got to be inside still.
She's saying she lives here. She's claiming that no one else is in there.
Yeah.
And she's not giving any consent for us to go in there.
She wants to know how long this is going to take because she has things to do.
Whose house is this?
This is hers. And she said we can't go in.
I just got here. I'm Officer Constantino. So, you got kids in here, you got family, you know, all around. You got a bunch of cops around the house. You don't want to get yourself in any kind of trouble. Let's just get this done so everyone can just leave. You can leave, you know, we'll leave. You can get on with your business. Well, if you would just allow me and my partner to walk through with you real quick, well, that's fine. And then when the search warrant gets here, then you're going to end up going to jail for what we find out, okay? It's called obstructing official business or obstructing justice.
How is that? Because I didn't give my name? Because I want to call a lawyer to see if it's legal?
Dear, if you don't give your name, and if he ends up being hiding in your house, the person that we believe to be there.
In my car, how is me?
Dear, I'm just telling you what's happening, and I'm giving you every opportunity, and I'm hoping that you can make a good decision for yourself and for your children, and hopefully then, you know, we can get this done.
That don't even make sense.
Okay. Hey, dear, or you could just roll the dice and just hope.
That's why I need to contact my lawyer, because that don't even make sense.
Okay.
Turns out the dude was actually still there, but he'd cut his ankle monitor off. On top of that, he'd made some threats that caused a whole halfway house to go on lockdown. No wonder the cops were determined to get him. And guess what? The woman, turns out she had a suspended license too. Not a good day for her.
You're suspended. So can you step out for me, please? Your vehicle's running. You're suspended. You're right. Step out for me. You're suspended. Okay.
My kids are in this car.
Step out for me, please. You're suspended. You don't have a driver's license.
My vehicle is not moving. Like, what are you talking about?
Still in possession of the vehicle.
Step out for me.
I'm not in possession.
You're running a vehicle right now. Step out for me, please.
No.
With all that going on, the cops figured they'd had no choice but to force their way into the house.
Forcing the door in. It's the Elyria Police Department.
Rear. Hands up, hands up. Hands up. Hands up, stop.
Now, get on the ground right now. Get on the ground now. Get on the ground. Holster.
Ain't no need for that, man.
Shut up.
Hey, Brittany.
Duck off.
I got you.
The woman wasn't exactly making things easy, even using her young ones to try and stop them. Not cool.
Alright, we're done playing with you. Come on, baby, you're gonna go in the back seat. It's alright, sweetie. Can you please not make this difficult for your child? You're gonna make us take your child away from you?
In the end, they got both the guy and the woman. The guy's facing charges for stuff like vandalism, resisting arrest, and making things difficult for the cops. The woman got hit with a bunch of charges too, like trying to stop the cops from doing their job, having stolen stuff, and putting her young ones at risk. Yikes. The good news is the young ones are safe, even though they were obviously scared by the whole ordeal. But yeah, not a fun day for anyone involved. El Paso's got a problem with Edgar's, young Latino guys trying to act tough. They might think they run the streets, but reality bites sometimes. The cops shut down a house party full of these wannabe thugs after neighbors complained. Normally, a house party bust goes smoothly, but not this time. These guys got rowdy, refusing to cooperate with the police.
What are you doing? Come on, man.
It turned into a whole scene. Cops swarmed the neighborhood, rounding everyone up. Most folks went along with it, but a few Edgars decided to make a run for it, causing a bit of chase for the officers. A flight over a parking spot turned tragic in Florida, and the shooter might walk free because of the state's controversial stand your ground law. The whole thing was caught on camera. Imagine this: a dad with his 5-year-old son gets out of their car, and a stranger yells about them parking illegally in a handicapped spot. An argument breaks out, then things escalate quickly. Security footage shows the argument getting heated, with the dad pushing the other guy to the ground, but then the guy pulls out a weapon and shoots the dad right in front of his young son.
Marquise McLaughlin hadn't walked up to him the way he did and slammed him on the ground, we wouldn't be here having this discussion either.
The shooter claims self-defense under Florida's stand your ground law, which lets people use deadly force if they feel threatened. Here's the twist. The dad was actually walking away when he got shot. Was the shooter really in danger?
The defendant can use the fact that the victim started to walk away as evidence that the shooter was not in imminent harm.
The dad's girlfriend is heartbroken.
I need justice. This is not right at all.
And another witness says they saw the same guy act aggressively over a parking spot a month earlier.
Out here, he said he'll shoot me, call me and stuff like that, so I think it's a racial issue.
The shooter had a permit for his weapon, but this whole situation raises serious questions. This is a hot button issue. Should people be able to shoot someone who's walking away? Florida's law is in the spotlight again, and people are divided. Pet owners, this YouTube video by Lauren Constantino posted August 11th, 2023 might make you hug your furry friend a little tighter. Starts out normal, just a dark hallway, a little creepy, sure, but nothing crazy. Then a black cat walks in, all cute and cuddly, until something bizarre happens with its face.
Baxter. Baxter.
Here's the freaky part. Blink and you'll miss it, but the cat's face seemed to morph into a screaming person's face, like a woman screaming. Seriously spooky. Now, who's that face? Why did it appear on this innocent kitty? Is it possessed? Or maybe there's a simpler explanation. Either way, this video will definitely make you think twice before giving your cat a late night cuddle. Two women were just scooting home from an event when they were ambushed by 4 armed thugs on motorbikes. Before they even knew what was happening, the guys were on them, threatening them with a weapon. They stole everything they had, jewelry, cash, documents, and even beat the women up, leaving them bruised and scratched. The worst part, no cops were around to help during the whole chase. These poor women were left completely defenseless. This is horrifying. I hope they're recovering okay, and that the police catch these creeps.
Either letting me go or charging me with something.
Listen, I don't have anything to do with this, so can we have...
I'm not doing nothing.
Do not bang your head.
Don't touch me.
I'm
so tired of being touched by you officer.
I'm tired of you beating your head.
Okay, well, I don't want to be touched. I didn't do nothing.
This crazy thing happened down in Florida. Cops in Panama City Beach arrested a guy named Derek Burnett from Alabama on June 28th. Apparently, a tow truck driver claimed Burnett decked him.
Said he came up, there was some guy staring in the window of the pizza place. So he was just minding his own business. He's driving the flatbed. And he starts loading up this car, doing his own thing. Next thing you know, the dude smacks the bed of the truck. He's like, hey, don't touch my truck. So the guy got up in his face, hit the truck again. He's like, hey, don't fucking touch my truck. So the dude just turned around and put the call off and clocked him. So he said, I didn't hit him, smacked him. And then he tried to come at me again. I grabbed him and threw him to the ground.
The cops weren't buying Derek's story. The whole thing just seemed off.
No, he said he rode a motorcycle here because he claimed that they towed his motorcycle, and they didn't tow any motorcycles. Yeah. And he said, oh yeah, it's because my dad took it home. But he's all over the place with some of his story though, so.
The cops tried to talk to Derek, but he kept insisting he never touched the tow truck driver, seemed pretty stressed.
I was attacked by a tow truck driver. They don't know what the I'm getting arrested because this motherfucker hit me.
Things got weird when they put him in the cop car. There's footage of him slamming his head on purpose against the side of the vehicle, then yelling about the cops being brutal.
Oh, dude, please take his handcuffs off me, man. If you don't take them off, I'm finna catch a real felony. I'm finna catch a assault on your
Get in the car.
You wait till I get the ass, get my hands on you. you don't take these off, I promise you I will make it worth my while, cuz. And when I get on you, cuz, you just wait. I'll go to jail, cuz.
What are you doing?
Take me to jail!
We're trying, but now
Then
we gotta
close the door and take me!
Dude was acting wild, even spitting on the officers and the paramedics who came to help.
Yeah, because I gotta make sure you sit down.
Me for no
I'm not the
reason.
one that detains you, boss. Take a deep breath.
No.
Yes.
Take me to jail or get these handcuffs off me.
No, we're waiting on paramedics.
We'll call them.
They're on the way.
Take me.
Stop.
Oh.
Even in the back of the transport van, he wouldn't calm down, banging his head again.
I was attacked, and he's still just standing there like nothing's wrong. I was attacked. I'll admit, I've been the one to attack them charges, cuz. But I didn't do nothing.
Okay, stop. You're gonna bust the back of your head open.
Good.
Stop.
Good, cuz. Good. Y'all.
Eventually, they took him to jail, but let him out after he signed some papers saying he'd show up for court later. Here's the crazy part. 2 days later, they found Derek dead on the side of the road. Cops say it was a hit and run that happened just hours after he left jail. So far, no one's been caught for the crash. Just a sad story all around. This car chase is going to have you questioning who to cheer for.
High-speed chase. Now look at that. He made a turn back to the north on surface streets there, and will continue northbound as alongside the.
Here's the deal. Some dude swipes a Kia Soul and leads the cops on a merry chase. But this ain't your typical high-speed highway race. This driver is all about stealth mode.
Right now in the Southwest Division of LAPD, but the unit's trying to get behind the car. A lot of homeless.
It's late night, and he's got his headlights off, except for those quick flickers to signal turns ninja style.
People living right along that street, a very dangerous situation. Now back to the other side of the freeway, a left turn going westbound, and we'll see which way the car goes. We want to keep it wide shut.
His skills are put to the ultimate test when they hit a bridge. In a move that would make James Bond jealous, the driver swerves right under the bridge, completely ditching the cops. They searched high and low, but this guy vanished like smoke. It's like he drove straight into the bridge and out the other side, into another dimension. We'll never know for sure how he pulled it off, but one thing's for certain, this is a car chase story for the ages. Florida deputies busted a guy named Cody Blake Hessian for allegedly swiping a car and then ditching it in a ditch. Talk about a bad day, but here's the kicker. Cody wasn't alone. Body cam footage shows him getting out of the cop car with his little buddy Monk, clinging to a shirt. Monk? Turns out that Cody's pet capuchin monkey, complete with a leash and a diaper.
The deal is, Capuchin's gonna have to go to the...
Huh? Not right now.
It's gonna have to go to a sanctuary here temporarily until we can figure out if you can get your licensing stuff squared away and if you can get it back.
I've already applied.
Have you applied for it? Okay, that's definitely helpful. The place is here in Tarpon Springs where it's going to go. So it's called Suncoast Primate Sanctuary.
Can you get a card with your own map?
Yeah, I'm going to get you a copy of the property receipt. So before you...
The cops couldn't exactly let Cody keep his furry friend since he didn't have a permit for Monk. That could mean even more trouble for Cody. But the deputies were chill and let Cody say goodbye to his little monkey before taking him to a special animal sanctuary nearby. Cody told the officer he'd had Monk for 3 whole years, practically raising him since he was a baby monkey. He even claimed the breeder he got Monk from in South Carolina didn't require any permits, which, well, the cops weren't sure about.
Oh, really? So where did you get it from?
South Carolina.
South Carolina?
Right.
And was that do you know, was it like a dealer or was it a friend?
It was a breeder.
Breeder? Okay.
There was there's no licensing, no permits there.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I moved back home, and there was issues. So
Right.
I've already applied and everything. I had them for 3 years in South Carolina at the time, but then some of my hours didn't match up, I guess. I don't know. It was pretty stupid.
Well, if you got something in the system, that'll look good because you know that the having class 3 in Florida is another misdemeanor charge. So hopefully,
charged right now.
You're not getting charged right now, but I'll probably meet you at the jail if I have to do some additional paperwork. Okay?
Seems like Cody might have gotten himself into a monkey mess in more ways than one. Oh, and to top it all off, while the cops were dealing with the whole monkey business, a woman showed up claiming Cody stole her car. Yikes. A builder caught a couple red-handed dumping bricks and construction junk on the side of the road. Talk about a dirty move. This builder wasn't having it. He filmed the whole thing, then marched right up to the couple and gave them a serious tongue lashing about littering.
Go on then, I'm watching you. I don't give a f what you're doing, pick it all back up. Go on then, I'm waiting here while you do it. Go on then. Okay, I'm watching. I don't give a f what you've done. Put it all back in your car and take it home. You scruffy f. Go on then, hurry up. How would you like it if I threw a load of shit in your garden? You wouldn't, would you? If I come to your house and throw shit in your garden, what would you do? You know. Why are you doing it then? Why do you take it to? Why do you take it to tip? Well, go tomorrow then.
The couple, probably feeling pretty dumb, tried to play it cool at first, but the builder wasn't letting them off easy. He made them pick up every single piece of scrap they tossed, like a personal trash brigade. He even double-checked the area to make sure they didn't miss anything.
It's alright, I'm waiting here, you'll be alright.
I'm sorry.
Alright, sorry about that. Keep going, come on, I can still see some. What? I can still see some. Hold on a minute, how come it's pissing it down and all that rubbish? Yeah, how come it's raining now, yeah, and all that's bone dry? Bricks. That's dry. That's dry rubbish. It's raining. You think I'm thick?
Come on. We don't need to swear about it. Are we swearing at you?
So you've got some gloves, come on.
Are you swearing at me?
Come on, swearing at you, fly tipping.
Once they finished cleaning up their mess, the couple probably thought they could charm their way out of trouble. They begged the builder to delete the video, but nope, the builder just saw right through them. He shut his car window, gave them a good laugh, and left them feeling pretty embarrassed.
I'm waiting, go on, f off.
Can you delete it?
No.
Come on.
Come on now, it's been fly tipping. See you later. I don't want to talk to you. I'm just going to stay until you've gone.
Alright, you're going to delete that video.
See you later.
Yeah, go on, but can you delete it? Don't say swear.
Like many other clips, this one starts off pretty slow. A guy in blue shows up, crouches behind some stuff, then heads into the trees. On his way back, he takes a bunch of bricks and even uses a stick to help him walk. We don't know who he is, how old he is, or what exactly went down. At one point, he seems like an older guy because he's struggling to walk like an old person would, but that changes quickly when he rolls down a hill and gets back up without using his arms, which is pretty wild. It's hard to tell what's going on with him. Maybe he was on something, explaining the weird behavior. What do you think? Cops in Parma, Ohio responded to a shooting scene on July 1st. Turns out, catching the suspect wasn't exactly a detective's dream. Body cam footage shows officers arriving at the apartment complex where 26-year-old Julia Sanders was tragically shot and fatally wounded.
Police?
Oh, come in, please, come here.
What happened?
Go. Yeah, drive it.
Clear. Drop. Come on out.
One officer climbs the stairs, ready for anything. But guess what? He doesn't even need to ask who did it. Right there, waiting for them, is 25-year-old David Grant. And what's the first thing out of his mouth? I'm the shooter.
Come on out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. Here. I'm out. I got buddy. I'm out.
Can you close the door so my dog doesn't run out on you guys? I don't know. I was in my apartment.
What happened here, man? Well, we were leaving out the door, and he was standing right here. He was standing right there behind this door.
I gotta get the Tom kid from my car.
Here. I got quick clot.
Okay.
Alleged shooters in custody, one male's down.
Talk about a confession. Grant repeats it again as more officers and first responders arrive.
Here, I got a glove. You could probably use it as a chest seal. Just try to spread it out. Yeah, I'm good with him.
I'm not the ball. I'm not far for that. That was wide open. One down.
Yeah.
Anyone else we need? Anyone else?
Oh, wait a second. I'm walking down.
I'm right here. Nobody else. I'm right.
No hiding, no excuses, just a straight up admission. Apparently, Grant and Sanders knew each other, and things got heated before the shooting. Now Grant's facing a first-degree murder charge for taking Sanders' life. This live stream went from bad to worse, so the streamer decides to pull out some mace and threaten the people around him. Big mistake. The crowd wasn't having it, and they quickly turned the tables on him.
I have a taser. What are you gonna do? Bro, you're gonna get tased. You're gonna get tased. You're gonna get tased.
There's some shoving, some yelling, and our streamer guy is backpedaling like crazy. Thinking the fight's over, he starts acting all dramatic, flops to the ground, and plays the victim for his viewers.
I'm weak. I'm weak.
But guess what? The people he threatened are still there, waiting for their moment. Suddenly, the camera goes flying as someone snatches his phone. Lesson learned the hard way. Don't start drama online, especially if you can't handle the real-life consequences. Stick to streaming cat videos, my friend.
Hey! 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 Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Where's the car?
Road rage is no joke. It can turn a bad situation into total disaster, just like in this crazy dashcam video. We see one driver trying to bully their way past another car, cutting them off and probably causing some major frustration. Let me tell you, messing with other drivers is a recipe for trouble. You never know who you're dealing with. They could be fuming mad, or worse, carrying a weapon. Getting into a road rage fight can escalate things real quick, putting you and everyone else on the road at risk. That's why staying calm and collected is key, even when another driver cuts you off or does something dumb. Take a deep breath, count to 10, and remember, getting to your destination safely is way more important than winning some pointless road war. This story takes a tragic turn. What started as a romantic underwater proposal ended in heartbreak. Steven Weber was vacationing with his girlfriend, Kenesha Antoine, at the Manta Resort in Tanzania. They were staying in a special underwater room, and that's where Steven decided to pop the question.
This is the room. This is where we're sleeping. We will be for the next 20 hours.
Hey, look, a shark.
Not funny. Alright.
He held up a sweet handwritten note asking Kenesha to marry him, but then he never resurfaced.
What does that say? Oh, it's so cute. What?
Kenesha shared the news on Facebook, and it's just awful. The US State Department confirmed an American tourist died there, but details are scarce. The Manta Resort offered their condolences, and a GoFundMe was set up to bring Steven's body home and give him a proper burial. This is a terrible reminder that life can change in an instant.
Get that jacket off. Take this off for me, mate.
Stuart Nichols, I've got a couple of things to say to you. The time, 16:11 hours. You're under arrest for causing death by dangerous driving, failing to stop a scene of an accident, and death by driving whilst disqualified. This has happened yesterday evening at Paston Ridings in Peterborough. So listen to me, you do not have to say anything. May harm your defence.
Just wait, let me
if you do not
talk, we'll
mention
talk
main
to you.
questions, something which you later rely on in court.
Just sit down for a minute.
Anything you do
bad.
say may be given evidence. Your arrest is necessary because you may destroy evidence. Also to allow a prompt and effective investigation for the offence, obtain evidence by question, and to prevent any prosecution of the offence being hindered by your disappearance. Okay?
This is a tragic story out of Peterborough. A disqualified driver named Stuart Nichols slammed his car into a pedestrian, Carl Bradshaw, who had fallen into the road. Instead of stopping to help, Nichols took off. Bradshaw sadly didn't survive the crash. Witnesses saw the whole thing and were able to describe Nichols' car, a black Renault Megane. Cameras also caught the car in the area at the time. Turns out, Nichols shouldn't have even been behind the wheel. He was already disqualified for driving without insurance. The next day, cops found Nichols' car abandoned and eventually tracked him down at a farm. He finally faced the music in court and pleaded guilty to causing the crash while disqualified. He was sentenced to 4 years and 4 months in jail. This is a harsh reminder of the dangers of reckless driving and the importance of following the rules of the road. This CCTV footage from Pittsburgh caught some neighbor drama that went way off the rails. A suburban family got into a dispute with a dog walker, and things got way out of hand.
Why would you do that just because somebody tells you to pick up the dog poop?
The clip shows a woman in red clearly trying to intimidate the family. She flashes something that looks like a weapon at the camera, then walks around their driveway, spitting on their car 3 times. Needless to say, the family felt threatened, and with good reason. The police got involved, and thanks to the footage, they were able to identify the woman. She's facing some serious charges now, and hopefully this will put an end to this whole mess. This is a reminder that neighborly disputes can escalate quickly, and it's always best to keep things civil, even when tensions are high.
Like I thought I saw something that wasn't happening.
Police body camera footage captures the aftermath of a domestic violence incident in Wisconsin in 2023. The footage shows officers arriving at a residence where a woman, later identified as 22-year-old Morgan Lunn, had injured her former partner with scissors. The incident occurred in February, and Morgan was sentenced in November. The video reveals a chaotic scene with the injured man lying on the couch and Morgan nearby.
Right, is it just the 3 of you? Okay. The ambulance is downstairs. Have you got shoes or something you can...
No, they're downstairs.
Okay. They're coming.
We go? We gotta go, we gotta go.
Yep, medics are coming. Is this your stuff?
Yeah.
Do you have an ID in here?
No, it's in the car.
Morgan?
No, come on. He did.
Oh my god.
What is your name?
Morgan. L-U-N-D.
Morgan appears distressed and claims to have experienced a mental health episode during the incident.
And I feel like somebody else. I feel like it's not even me.
If you had to physically describe what you were seeing, like big or small, black or white, gray, blue, whatever.
Like a blob.
Like a blob.
Like a black blob. Like a blob, but like a figure.
Okay.
I don't know. I have something wrong.
So you see a dark figure, but it doesn't look like a person. Am I understanding that right?
Another officer speaks with a family member who witnessed the aftermath and mentions ongoing relationship problems between Morgan and the victim.
I thought they were just fighting like normal. And it starts getting loud. What the hell?
Was he screaming back at her?
It was kind of like a, I don't even know, like, get off me, help. I don't even
And that was
remember.
him saying that?
I don't even remember.
Okay.
And open the door. They're on top of each other.
What do you mean on? So they both were on top of each other?
He was like on top of her trying to take the knife out of her hand or something. I don't know.
Okay. So, okay, how was she positioned? Like, when you say when he was on top of her, was he like straddling her?
Yeah, he like had her wrist down.
And then holding her wrist, like straddling her like that? Okay.
And then,
Was he bleeding already at that time?
yeah.
Okay. Does she suffer from mental health?
I think since she's had a kid, because they...
That's their kid?
Yeah, and then I just went out there, ran us, called the cops.
The footage follows Morgan's arrest and processing at the police station. She expresses confusion and seeks guidance from her father, who acknowledges her mental health struggles.
Do you know about what's happened this morning? Not too much. My son called me a couple times. I didn't answer, and when I called him back, I think he was probably calling you guys and stuff. But he said she was like sleeping and she had a bad dream, or she said she didn't know where she was and stuff, and she didn't know what was going on. She's been having she's had postpartum depression since she had the baby, and like my wife was a social worker for years and like program director and stuff, and she kept saying like she's having like mental health issues, and I would bounce around it with her, but I didn't want to like accuse her of having like mental problems and stuff, so I never pushed it far enough to like make her go get help. Okay. But as far as today goes, like Ethan said, and I saw her too, it was like it seemed like she wasn't even there. Like she's never like grabbed a weapon and done anything like that before.
Morgan is eventually advised by an attorney. Court documents reveal that Morgan initially faced a more serious charge, but ultimately pleaded guilty to lesser charges. The victim reportedly had a history of abuse by Morgan. Morgan received a prison sentence in November. This is a chilling glimpse into Kaylee Jade's tragic life. CCTV captures the little girl with her mother, Nicola Priest, who appears disinterested moments before Kaylee Jade is fatally assaulted. On August 8th, 2020, Priest takes Kaylee Jade, who unknowingly suffers from past injuries, to a park. Despite the visible signs of abuse, Priest neglects to seek medical attention. Later that evening, Priest's boyfriend, Callum Redfern, arrives at their flat. The next morning, Kaylee Jade is found dead in her bed, the victim of a horrific attack. Experts believe she was repeatedly punched, kicked, or even stomped on. Evidence places both Priest and Redfern at the scene, along with messages revealing prior discussions of harming the child. Both are charged with Kaylee Jade's death and child abuse. This CCTV footage becomes a heartbreaking reminder of Kaylee Jade's final moments. While Redfern is found guilty of manslaughter and faces jail time, Priest receives a similar sentence for manslaughter and willful assault. Tragically, Kaylee Jade's life is cut short at just 3.5 years old. A wild motorcycle chase had deputies in the San Gabriel Valley feeling the heat.
Unsuspecting driver trying to gas up.
Yeah, he just jacked that guy's fuel right there. He just took a squirt or two, and that's about it.
This biker was flying at over 100 miles per hour, weaving through freeways and surface streets like it was a video game. Twice the legal speed limit. Dude wasn't afraid of taking chances. In a surprising move, the motorcycle bandit pulls into a gas station, fills her up, and even steals gas from another driver. Talk about adding insult to injury.
Definitely went into a parking garage right there.
But it didn't take long for Pasadena police to haul out a man believed to be that suspect.
We didn't see where he came from, but it definitely...
The chase continued through Baldwin Park in Pasadena, with the biker making a crazy move by diving into a parking garage near the Paseo Mall. But Pasadena police were on their toes. They swooped in, grabbed the suspect, who they believe is the culprit, and shut down the whole thing. Guess that joyride came to a screeching halt. Horror on the 710 freeway in Long Beach. A fiery crash claimed the lives of 5 people, leaving only one survivor clinging to life. The accident happened early in the morning, just south of the 91 freeway junction. A witness, who wants to stay anonymous, caught the horrific scene on their dashcam. Warning, the video might be disturbing. The footage shows a 2011 Hyundai swerving out of control and slamming head-on to a safety barrier. The car erupted in flames instantly. Investigators now confirm 2 of the victims were 15-year-old teenagers, a boy named George Dobbs and a girl named Araya Sleemaker.
As I was driving, I didn't realize that car was anywhere near me. So when he sped past me, I got really scared and I said, oh dang. Once he passed me, he ended up hitting the divider and he ended up flipping and I saw the fire start.
The driver and 2 other passengers also perished in the crash. The sole survivor, a man, was critically injured and rushed to the hospital.
This time, I don't know the specific location of where everyone was seated, but we do know that, seatbelts may not have been utilized, therefore resulted in parties being ejected from the vehicle and as well as the fire that occurred right after for those who were still within the vehicle.
CHP is still investigating the cause of the accident, but they believe there were 6 people in the car, possibly all related. The freeway was shut down for hours after the crash, but has since reopened. Our thoughts are with the families of the victims during this tragic time. Plane on fire? No thanks. Imagine settling into your flight, maybe watching a movie, when all of a sudden, flames. This video shows exactly that kind of nightmare scenario.
First there was a clunk, after the clunk, the explosion, and then the plane stopped real fast and we all just started.
The plane is supposed to be taken off, but instead it grinds to a halt and everyone has to scramble to get out before things get even more intense. These passengers definitely weren't expecting their trip to be cut short by a fiery explosion, and honestly, who would? This kind of thing makes you want to hug the ground and stay there. So yeah, I understand why you might be hesitant to fly after seeing this. Maybe a road trip is more your style for your next adventure. You won't believe this cop chase. These officers nab a dude, but this ain't your average arrest.
Man for no reason. He said his name Deshaun, that man's name is not Deshaun. And he asking that man, do we want for? Oh?
This guy Houdini's his way right out of their grip, hopping a short fence like it's nothing. He takes off running, clears another fence in one leap. Dude Scott hops. But that's not all. He busts out a fancy vault over a 3rd fence, then for good measure, throws down a full-on flip over another one. The cops are left standing there with their jaws on the floor, watching this human parkour machine disappear. Talk about a surprise getaway. This guy deserves a gold medal for that performance. 2 people are cruising on their bike, oblivious to the fact that 2 shady characters have been following them for a while, waiting for their moment to strike. Sure enough, as soon as the couple slows down, the goons pull up alongside them, brandishing a weapon. Faced with a weapon, the couple lets the robbers take their bike without a fight. Looks like an easy score for the bad guys, right? But in a surprising twist, the whole thing was a setup. The helpless couple were actually undercover cops, and the guy on the bike was a policeman in disguise. The tables were turned on the robbers, who probably never saw it coming. Looks like the cops outsmarted these clowns. The LA County jails might be run by the sheriff, but behind bars it's a whole different story. The Mexican Mafia, basically a prison gang made up of gang leaders, calls the shots. They operate like a shadow government, smuggling drugs and beating up anyone who disobeys. The crazy part? Their operation is run through family and lawyers. These gang leaders use wives, girlfriends, even lawyers to get lower-ranking members purposely arrested on small charges. Once inside, these guys become drug mules, keeping the whole thing going. The good news? Over 80 people were busted in 2018 and another 13 this year. The bad news? This prison gang is still up and running despite the arrests. Yikes. Looks like it's an ongoing battle to keep these jails safe.
If they are convicted, many of the defendants will face decades in federal prison, and they will be scattered to prisons all over the country, far from their power base here in Southern California. With this morning's operation, we have delivered a significant blow to a cold-blooded prison gang and their associates. The jail's indictment dismantled a criminal enterprise that affected many of the jail's 15,000 plus inmates and the overall security of the facilities.
This dude decided to play Grand Theft Auto in real life, leading the cops on a crazy high-speed chase. He was weaving all over the road like a maniac, speeding, popping wheelies, spitting out, cutting off other drivers. Yikes. When he saw the fuzz closing in, he panicked and tried a crazy U-turn, ditching the road completely and ending up on the sidewalk. But that didn't stop him. He clipped some cops, luckily at low speed, and ditched his bike, launching himself over a fence like a pro gamer. Dude tried to make a break for it through some farm fields, but let's just say his escape plan went up in smoke. Cops in Volusia County, Florida busted a 16-year-old at Atlantic High for packing a weapon at school. Apparently, a TikTok post snitched on him, showing the young one with a weapon. The school resource officer swooped in and found a loaded weapon stashed in the boy's waistband. Turns out, the young one snagged the firearm from a relative.
Are you? Come on. Sir? You know what I want to talk to you about? You don't know? Okay. All right. Do me a favor. Keep your hands out of your pockets for me. Okay. Take your backpack off for me. All right. So somebody reported that they have a photo of you, and in the photo it looks like there's some sort of a weapon sticking out of a pocket, or take your hands out of your pockets. Okay. Do me a favor. Just lift your sweatshirt up. Turn around for me. Turn around again. Lift your sweatshirt up again. What is that? Relax. Okay? Anything else I need to be concerned about?
There's a mag in it, it's not caught.
Is it?
And there is a mag inside my weapon.
What kind of gun is it?
It's a 9mm. No, it's not loaded. It has the mag in it, but it's not caught back.
Alright, don't move.
I almost got jumped 2 days ago, that's why I have it.
Big trouble for the teenager now. He's facing charges for having a weapon on school grounds, stealing the weapon in the first place and trying to be slick by hiding it under his clothes. On top of that, the relative who got robbed is pressing charges too. Not a good day for this young one. Forget safety after dark in some places. It's the Wild West out there. Gangs rule the streets, and the cops can't do anything about it. This video is brutal. Watch as these thugs roll up on a random guy and rob him in broad daylight. Everyone else just acts like nothing's happening, and it gets worse. The gang hits everyone in the store, one by one, taking their wallets with no resistance. The worst part? These clowns walk away scot-free. Nobody fights back. Nobody calls the cops. It's a terrifying situation. This next video from the super creepy high strangeness subreddit is gonna mess you up. This subreddit is basically a magnet for all things weird. Ghosts, UFOs, ancient mysteries, even Bigfoot sightings. The video itself is from a trail cam on a friend's ranch, way out in the boonies. It's October 2018 and night has fallen. The video is only 7 seconds long, but trust me, that's all you need to get freaked. Here's the crazy part. This tall, lanky humanoid figure just strolls right by the camera. It's gone before the video even ends. leaving us with a whole lot of questions. What in the world did that trail cam capture? Alien visitor? Lost monster? Honestly, who knows? But one thing's for sure, you might want to turn on a light after watching this. Armored trucks are supposed to be Fort Knox on wheels, but apparently they're not as secure as advertised. This next video shows an armored truck heist that's smooth as butter. These robbers walk right up to the truck, open the door, and start loading up bags of cash. No alarms, no struggle, nothing. It's like the driver just gave up. They even have time to make multiple trips between the truck and their getaway car. This is crazy. How did they pull this off? Were the guards in on it? Were they hypnotized? We may never know, but one thing's for sure, these robbers are good, maybe a little too good. This ain't your average police chase, folks. These two dudes lead the cops on a wild chase in an SUV, weaving through traffic.
Valley with multiple close calls. That SUV eventually pulling onto a side street. That's where someone got out and was quickly spotted by the airship overhead.
They think they're slick, pulling over on a side street and ditching the ride, but the airship overhead spots the driver and the cops nab him.
Pulling onto that street, and a few moments later, that man is proned out on the pavement being cuffed by officers. But what happened to the pursuit vehicle?
Except there's a problem. Somehow, mysteriously, the SUV itself vanishes from that side street.
Later, that SUV is spotted again and the pursuit is on again. This time, the driver pulls onto the Orange Line busway. That's where he suddenly stops and
A few minutes later, though, the cops catch up with the missing SUV and the chase is back on. The second driver gets desperate. He throws the car in park on a bus lane and jumps ship on foot. He hurls himself over a guardrail and dives for the LA River, hoping to disappear in the concrete maze.
Running through the concrete channel, and then he runs right into a side channel, and that takes him underground.
The police airship shines a light on the river, revealing the dude sprinting through the channel. He makes a sharp turn into a side passage, taking him underground and out of sight. The cops arrive on the scene again, quick as ever, but for some reason, they don't follow him into that dark tunnel. This chase leaves more questions than answers. Who were these guys? How they vanished the car? And what secrets lie hidden in those dark LA River channels? This is one police chase that will leave you scratching your head. Talk about a news story turning into a live robbery. This reporter was all set to go live when two dudes rolled up with a weapon, demanding his phone and stuff right on camera. The reporter's clearly confused at first, but then realizes it's not a joke. Faced with a weapon, he does the smart thing and hands over his belongings. Not much he could do in that situation except explain what's happening and try to figure out what to do next. Definitely not the way he planned to start his broadcast. This motorcycle chase was straight out of an action movie. The rider took off, leading cops in a high-speed chase through the city. Talk about desperate.
23rd and Meridian, riding down the railroad tracks, extremely dangerous, of course, in an effort to elude police. You'll see momentarily when he comes to the intersection here.
This dude even tried out running them on train tracks. Crazy, right? But it all came crashing down. Literally, he lost control, took a nasty spill, but somehow managed to bounce back up like nothing happened.
Yeah, he took a pretty hard fall right there, but bounced right up to his feet. He runs over to a culvert there, as you can see. He runs on.
Still determined to escape, he bolted for cover under a bridge. You could practically feel the adrenaline pumping. He was darting back and forth like a scared rabbit, but it was no use. The cops rolled up, slapped the cuffs on him, and that was that. Busted. Cops in Montgomery County, Maryland are on the lookout for two guys who tried to break into an apartment building and some bike lockers on Wednesday, February 7, 2024. The attempted break-in happened around 9:14 p.m., but detectives managed to snag some security footage. As seen on the footage, suspect number 1 was hiding his face, wearing a dark jacket over a hoodie, light-colored pants, and carrying a backpack. Suspect number 2 was sporting a light-colored hoodie, light-colored pants, and also had a backpack. Now, the cops are hoping the public can help identify these suspects from the footage. Picture this, a baby shower buzzing with excitement, parents-to-be beaming, guests all smiles, waiting for the big reveal, boy or girl. Then a small plane streaks overhead, ready to pop the question with a burst of colored smoke. Pink smoke billows out, painting the sky with joy, but then horror strikes. One of the plane's wings goes rogue. The whole thing starts to shudder and it crashes. The video captures the pure joy turning into a nightmare in seconds. One moment, everyone celebrating. The next, a plane plummeting from the sky. Tragically, the pilot lost his life in this shocking accident. This gender reveal party, meant to be a moment of pure happiness, turned into a devastating event. It's a stark reminder that even with the best inventions, things can take a tragic turn. During the Victoria Convoy rally, things took a turn for the worse. In the middle of the loud crowd and all the fired-up energy, a man later identified as homeless started acting super aggressive. People who saw it all said the man seemed to be getting angrier and angrier, which obviously scared the folks around him. In the end, after a short scuffle, the police were able to detain the man and take him away from the rally. They put him in the back of a police car and made sure he got taken to a place where they could help him out and figure out what was going on. This YouTuber had the ultimate nightmare elevator experience. They were wrapping up a long night shift, just trying to get out of there, when suddenly the elevator starts acting wonky. We're talking loud clanging noises, like the whole thing's about to erupt. You can barely hear themselves think over the racket. The worst part? This rickety elevator decided to freak out at the end of their shift. Can you imagine clocking out, ready to go home, and then getting stuck in a metal box that sounds like it's about to fall apart? Thankfully, he made it out safe, but this is a scary reminder of the importance of proper elevator maintenance. Nobody deserves to end a long shift like that. Let's hope they got a repair person out there ASAP before things got even more terrifying. A New York dude got busted thanks to his own Instagram brag. This guy thought it was a good idea to film himself leading cops on a crazy dirt bike chase through the jammed streets of Hollywood, then post it online. The video shows him weaving through traffic, laughing like a maniac while trying to outrun the fuzz. Talk about dumb luck. Hollywood cops stumbled upon the video, basically giving them a front row seat to his escape attempt. Turns out, this whole chase was happening during a big bike event in the city, where people ride to raise awareness for something. Well, this guy definitely raised awareness of his own stupidity. This ain't your typical New Year's Eve fireworks display. Believe it or not, that crazy explosion you see in the video? Yeah, that's a barge full of fireworks going up in flames at Terrigal Beach in Australia. Apparently, things went south real quick, leaving 2 poor guys injured and thousands of people scrambling to get out of there. Yikes. The video going around shows the fireworks erupting way out of control, freaking out everyone nearby. Some folks might have thought it was part of the show at first, crazy lights and loud bangs. Luckily, the injured dudes got whisked away to the hospital, hopefully with nothing too serious. Let's just say this is a good reminder to keep a safe distance from the fireworks, even the planned ones. This interview on the streets wasn't what anyone expected. A woman was trying to talk to a homeless man, but things got heated fast. Another homeless man jumped in, basically saying the interviewee had no clue what it's really like to be homeless.
Why is he? I don't know about homeless. You want to know about homeless? We're homeless. Yeah. You just got out here.
They started yelling at each other, voices getting louder and angrier by the second.
You want to talk big? Come here. Come here, dude. I'm going to see you open the top. Get away from the cop. Come on home.
Then it went way downhill. The new guy spat on the interviewee and started calling him names. Furious and totally disrespected, the interviewee pulled out a knife and chased after the other guy, looking like he meant to hurt him. This situation went from 0 to 60 real quick, and it's a reminder that things can get out of control fast on the streets. On May 6, 2024, cops were called out to a store in response to a report of a guy acting weird and refusing to leave. Upon arrival, officers saw a man who refused to leave. Officers approached the man and told him that he can stay there, since he was already told to leave before, but the man refused and insisted on staying.
Hey, will somebody help me, man? You gotta go. You know what's going on. You think you got right?
Well, you can't be here.
I can be. I own. I'm
no, you don't. You don't.
Yeah, I do.
You don't.
I own the county, dude.
You don't.
You still don't get it. You're not the police.
I am the police.
A what? A what order?
Huh?
What order?
This badge.
Oh, man, you gotta go. I'm going back.
No, you gotta go.
No, I ain't leaving.
You do.
That's what's up. You don't believe that either.
You can go over. You can't be here. You cannot be here.
Look, I live here.
You cannot be here.
Until I get my property.
You cannot. It's a vacant property.
Please stop threatening.
It's a vacant
Why
property.
Is
I'm not threatening you. It's a vacant property.
That's not. This
it's
is
a vacant
not Akron, Ohio, fool.
This is not Akron, Ohio. So
they
where you at?
You 14 hours
where
away from
you
the state of Ohio.
Where you at?
The officer tried to identify the man, but the man wouldn't budge.
What is it?
What's your first name?
You figure it out for yourself. What's your name?
Huh? My name's Officer Hudson, right here. What's your first name?
I don't have one. What's your?
So you don't want to identify yourself?
I may not say it with somebody.
He just doesn't comply, and the officer will bust him for not showing some ID.
Stand up.
I'm not saying no shit, dude.
Stand up.
I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna sit down and drink my pop. My soda.
Stand up.
The man continued to keep yapping back with the officer. Officers tried to be cool about it for a while with the man, but they already had enough. They slapped the cuffs on him and frisked him.
Why you won't
get up?
I ain't did nothing, dude. I just told the boy to get up. Don't
get up.
Tase me?
Get up.
Hey, you know, y'all, man. Y'all
get up, or you're gonna get tased.
Man,
get up.
Don't.
Come on, man. Get up.
Man. You gonna take guard my body. Who they always guard me? You know goddamn well I own this shit.
Let's go.
Hey, man, this dude, man, you know what they are. They was over at the motel. The same shit. The same.
Give me your hand.
You ain't got to be taking off my pocket.
The man started acting tough towards the officers.
Let you pop it. Come on. You gonna kill me because I did
I got one. You good? Yep.
Man, hell no. No, you motherfucking fool. Oh, my problem, man. The whole goddamn county, my entire family. And then what they robbed me of, the name is nothing about anybody and cigarettes. Get my cigarettes in my bag, dude.
He was put into the cop car and was hauled to the station for booking. The dude was later identified as Nathaniel Williams and was slapped with an obstruction charge. This story involved some seriously forgetful parents and some quick-thinking cops in Florida. Body cam footage released by the Volusia County Sheriff's Department shows deputies stumbling upon a scene straight out of a nightmare. Two parents zonked out asleep on the beach, with their young ones nowhere in sight. The officer wakes them up, and let's just say they're more surprised to see cops than a missing beach umbrella.
What's up, guys? Sheriff's Office. Time to wake up. Time to wake up. Hey, guys. Yep, time to wake up, guys. Hey! The sheriff's office! Wake up! Need to sit up? Come on, get up. Wake up. Welcome back. Sit up. Why? Can't have alcohol on the beach. You got ID? Do you have ID?
Give him your ID or different one. Give him my ID or different yours.
You guys have children with you?
Give him my ID or give him yours.
Are they with you?
Turns out, these folks have 2 young ones, and they somehow thought it was a good idea to take a snooze while their little ones wandered off.
Hey, where are your kids? Right there.
One here and then one here.
Where's your ID? I don't have mine.
I don't know.
So give him your ID. That's what he wants, your ID. Are they right here? What's in here?
Hey, where are they?
Go get the kids. I got this. I'll do it. You go.
Here, I'll go with him. Tell me where your kids are.
Nice name.
The dad even tries calling out for the young ones, but it's clear they haven't exactly been the picture of parental vigilance. Thankfully, the story doesn't end in tragedy. The cops found the young ones safely splashing around in a nearby hotel pool. Needless to say, these sleepyheads earned themselves 2 counts of child neglect, a rude awakening they won't soon forget. RCMP got into a heart-pounding chase with a crazy motorcyclist who tore through the streets of Surrey and right into the middle of Guildford town center.
Surrey Tank 9, failed to stop. Air 1, you got him?
This biker was flying westbound on 108th and 140th, splitting traffic like it was a game of Frogger on fast forward. It was wild. Cops were hot on its tail, trying to shut down this dangerous joyride. But this dude wasn't giving up easy. He took a crazy turn and zoomed right up to the upper level parking lot of the mall. Security cameras caught the whole thing, the biker weaving in and out, way too close to people strolling through the shops. It was an adrenaline rush for everyone involved. Cops trying to box him in, biker dodging left and right. Talk about a scene straight out of an action movie. This is nightmare material. Back in March 2020, 3 thugs broke into a house in San Pedro. The homeowner saw everything on security footage and raced to lock the front door, but it was a close call. By the time she got there, the thieves were already busting in. Those few seconds must have felt like an eternity. Let's hope the police caught these creeps. Thanks for watching. Stay vigilant, friends.